Most people spend their lives looking outward, constantly checking if they're accepted, if they're liked, if they're keeping up with what everyone else is doing. But the real transformation begins when you stop all that noise and start focusing within. You have to ask yourself, what am I doing to grow? What am I doing to evolve into the person I want to become? That's where your power lies. Not in someone else's opinion, not in likes, not in fitting into some mold created by the world, but in your own ability to choose growth every single day. When you prioritize your inner world, things begin to shift in ways you didn't expect. You stop getting triggered so easily. You stop chasing after things that don't belong to you. You develop a calm sense of direction that doesn't rely on outside motivation. That's because your focus is no longer scattered. It's aligned with who you truly are. And that's what gives you strength, not just to keep going, but to evolve. Every experience becomes a lesson. Every challenge becomes a tool. And every day becomes an opportunity to deepen your self-awareness. This kind of focus doesn't just magically appear, it's built through daily choices. It's choosing to spend a few quiet moments with your thoughts. It's choosing to listen to what your emotions are trying to tell you instead of running from them. It's choosing to take care of your mental, emotional, and spiritual health the same way you'd take care of anything that matters. Because you do matter, and you've got to treat yourself like that truth is real. And as you grow from the inside out, something incredible happens. Your energy starts to shift. You don't tolerate the same negativity anymore. You don't feel the need to explain yourself all the time. You begin to walk differently, speak differently, move differently. Not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you've anchored yourself in something real. You've learned to value your time, your peace, your purpose. That's the kind of energy that elevates you, and it draws in better people, better opportunities, and better outcomes without you having to chase anything. This is what focusing on yourself really means. It's not selfish. It's not about isolation. It's about alignment. It's about becoming so grounded in who you are that no storm can shake you. When you do that, you don't just shift your energy, you elevate your entire life. And once you've felt that shift, you'll never want to go back. One of the most powerful steps you can take on your journey is learning to let go of what no longer serves you. And often, that means releasing the very things you've been holding onto the tightest. It's not easy. Sometimes it's people you've known for years, habits that feel familiar, or situations that once gave you comfort. But if it's draining your energy, if it's keeping you stuck, then it's holding you back from the growth you deserve. Not everything that started with you is meant to finish with you. There's a certain clarity that comes when you pause and ask yourself, is this adding to my peace or subtracting from it? And when the answer is clear, you have a choice. You can keep pouring your energy into something that keeps you feeling small, or you can choose to protect your space and create distance from anything that dims your light. That could be a negative environment, a circle that's full of comparison and competition, or even just the habit of saying yes when your spirit is screaming no. You can't shift your energy until you stop giving it away to the wrong things. Sometimes the most dangerous attachments aren't loud or dramatic. They're subtle. They blend into your daily lives, scrolling endlessly, gossiping just to feel included, replaying conversations that already happened, doubting yourself because of someone else's voice in your head. These things add up, and they create a version of you that's surviving instead of thriving. That's why awareness matters, because once you see what's draining you, you can do something about it. Letting go doesn't always have to be confrontational. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's just you choosing not to react, choosing not to explain, choosing not to show up in the same way anymore. That's growth. That's strength. And over time, you'll start to notice how much lighter you feel when you're no longer carrying what wasn't yours to begin with. Energy is sacred, and who or what you give it to directly shapes the life you're building. This shift isn't about cutting off everyone or running away. It's about creating space for better alignment. You don't need to force anything to stay. What's meant for you won't require you to shrink. So instead of wasting your energy trying to fix, chase, or convince, redirect it into yourself. You'll be amazed at what starts to flourish when you finally stop watering what was never meant to grow. And when you protect your energy like that, when you let go of the noise, you make room for peace, clarity, and a deeper connection to the life you were always meant to live. There's a calm power that comes when you finally understand the difference between what you can control and what you can't. A lot of the stress, frustration, and anxiety we carry comes from trying to force things that are simply outside our hands. We obsess over how others see us, worry about outcomes we haven't reached yet, and relive moments that already passed. But the truth is, none of that serves us. What actually creates change is when we shift our focus inward, toward the things we can influence, like our actions, our attitude, and our response to challenges. It starts with realizing that your energy is too valuable to waste on what's beyond your reach. You can't control how someone else thinks. You can't control the pace at which everything falls into place. And you definitely can't control the past, but you can control how you show up today. You can choose whether you let one moment rue in your whole day or if you learn from it and move forward stronger. That's the shift that makes all the difference, not just in your peace of mind, but in the actual progress you make. When you redirect your energy toward what you can control, you start to build confidence. It's no longer about having the perfect plan, it's about trusting yourself to handle whatever comes your way. That's a deep kind of strength. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it's steady, and over time, that steady effort leads to real transformation. You don't need to control everything to win. You just need to be consistent in how you respond, how you focus, and how you move, even when things don't go according to plan. This is where discipline comes in. Because shifting your focus to your own actions means showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It means choosing to work on your goals instead of getting distracted by things that don't align. It means letting go of the urge to overthink, overanalyze, and overexplain, and instead just do the work. One choice at a time, one step at a time. That's how real progress is made, not through perfection, but through presence and persistence. And the best part is, once you truly commit to focusing on what you can control, you start to feel lighter. You're no longer weighed down by everything that used to steal your peace. You become more grounded, more clear, more connected to your purpose. Life still throws curveballs, but now you meet them with a steady hand and a focused mind. That's what it means to own your energy, not by trying to control everything around you, but by mastering what's within you. Because that's where your true power lies. When you realize how much power your energy holds, you stop giving it away carelessly. Every thought you think, every decision you make, every hour you spend, it all adds up. And if you're not intentional, your energy gets scattered, your focus weakens, and suddenly, you're busy but not fulfilled, moving but not progressing. That's why it's so important to channel your energy into something meaningful. Something that builds you, something that aligns with your purpose, not your distractions. There's a difference between movement and direction. You can spend all day working hard, running in circles, pleasing everyone, checking every box. But if your energy isn't aligned with what truly matters to you, it won't bring you peace. What brings fulfillment isn't the noise of doing more, it's the clarity of doing what matters most. So ask yourself, where's your energy going? Are you pouring into things that bring life to your goals, or are you constantly getting pulled into things that only leave you drained? Purposeful action doesn't have to be big and dramatic. It's the quiet decision to wake up a little earlier to work on yourself. It's choosing to read instead of scrolling. It's showing up for your goals even on the days you feel uninspired. These small, intentional acts compound over time. They build a stronger version of you. And when your energy is going into things that actually move you forward, everything changes. Your confidence grows. Your mindset sharpens. You start to attract what you've been working for, not because you forced it, but because you've been aligning with it. And here's the truth. When you stop wasting energy on what drains you, you begin to rise. You rise above distractions. You rise above fear. You rise above the stories you once believed about yourself. You become someone who doesn't just react to life. You create it, because you're no longer scattered, trying to fix everything around you. You're centered, you're focused, and that focus makes you powerful. There's a peace that comes when you live with purpose. You don't feel like you're constantly behind, constantly comparing, constantly chasing. Instead, you feel grounded, because you know exactly where your energy is going and why. And in that space, you find growth, real growth, not just in what you achieve, but in who you become. So if you're serious about changing your life, start by changing where your energy flows. Choose intentionality. Choose direction. Choose to show up for yourself in ways that bring you closer to who you're meant to be. Because the moment you begin to channel your energy into meaningful action, everything begins to shift.